Hi everyone, today it was day 3 of Grand Chess Tour in Croatia. I'll show you a very interesting game between Lopulescu, Constantin and Carlsen. It was played in the last round. Lopulescu was white, he started with d4. Knight f6 was played by Carlsen. c4, g6, knight c3, bishop g7, e4, d6. This is so-called King's Indian defense. Bishop goes to e2. And here the main move is just to castle, but Carlsen plays interesting move with knight to a6. Bishop goes to e3, and here the normal line is castle, knight f3, e5, and white also castles. But in this position, Carlsen played e5, which is slight inaccuracy, because after d e5, d e5, queen d8, king d8, we just castle long with a check, king goes to e8, and c5 is very strong move, which Carlsen missed, according to his post-match interview. c6 was played, and now of course we grab this knight here and we double black's pawns. And here again, very nice move by Lopulescu, rook goes to d6 and attack this c6 pawn. Bishop has to defend on d7, but now h3, very good move, so knight cannot jump here on g4, king goes to e7, knight f3, now this pawn is under attack, so knight has to go here, and in this position normal move would be just rook d3, bishop e6 and doubling the rooks, but here Constantin played interesting move, rook h to d1 and sacrificing an exchange. So Carlsen of course took it, but now we take with a pawn, with a check, king goes to e8, knight enters here on a4, and the plan is to go to c5, f6, and here actually Constantin played knight to d2. Better would be just to play this knight to c5, and the point of this move is that black cannot connect his rooks, because bishop would be lost. So actually in this position, after knight to c5, king is stuck here in the center, and black has problems developing. But knight to d2 was played, king goes to f7, knight c5, and now Carlsen go with bishop to e6. Here we can play f4, ef4, and now bishop enters here, but also taking on e6 is strong, because after king takes, now Constantin brings other knight also on c5. In this position, the best move would be to play rook h to d8, and after knight c5, king f7, we take on a6, rook d7, knight c5, rook d to d8, knight b7, rook d7, and actually a computer here suggests just to repeat moves and go for a draw. But actually Carlsen played rook h to b8, which is a blunder, because now knight c5, check, king f7, and in this position Constantin took the pawn on a6, which was the second best move. Better would be just to push this d7, and let's say king e7, now play g4, and yes, and white has strong best pawn here. But after knight takes a6, Carlsen again blunder with a rook back to d8. Better would be to play a rook to b7, and after knight c5, rook goes to b6, d7, rook d8, rook d6, and now king enters here, and yes, we have to go back, and actually this position is equal. But after rook to d8, white had a great opportunity for a win. I can give you a couple of seconds to pause the video and figure it out for yourself. Yeah, the best move in this position is d7, and now these two rooks are actually lost, or kind of lost. Those two rooks cannot move, because we control this square and this square. So let's see, f5 could be played, f3, bishop f6, a4. This line is recommended by computer, of course. h5, a5, rook g8, king c2, bishop goes to d8, knight b4. Now we take a pawn, knight, and now we can take on c6, and yes, there's huge pressure here. Bishop can go here, but actually this position is very good for white. But in this position, Lupulescu didn't play d7, but he went with knight to c7, which actually was a mistake, attacking this rook. But now just simple rook a to c8 was played. Now we take this pawn. That was probably Constantine plan. Bishop f8. Now we have problems with this pawn. Bishop c7, rook d7. Yes, in this position, if we play a3, black can take like this, and if we take back a rook, we lose the bishop. So actually b4 is the only move in this position. Now black cannot take like this because we just recapture. But rook c to d8 was played, and here again only move to, you know, for equality is this bishop to b6, and after rook d6, rook d6, rook d6, we can play a4, and we have strong bishop here, and this position is equal, but Lupulescu blundered with a4. Now bishop takes on d6, bishop takes, rook takes, rook takes, rook takes, and yes, and white has a knight for a rook, which isn't enough for this endgame. a5 was played. It seems like that this pawn is very strong, but now just rook to d7, we attack this knight, knight a6, king e7, king c2, rook d4, f3, king d6. And the plan, of course, of black is to go here and to guard the promotion square with a king. King c3, rook d1 was played, knight to c5, and here in this position best would be to play a rook to g1, let's say, here rook g1, king b3, g5, now g4, and the rook f1, king a4, and yes, king enters here, and these pawns are lost, so black is winning here. But Carlsen blundered with rook to c1. And actually after this move, the game is draw. But you have to figure out what's the best move here for white. I can give you a couple of seconds to pause the video. Yeah, in this position, the move that draws is actually king to b2. And let's see what's the point of it. Yes, if rook goes here, let's say, now we play a6, and actually white is even winning here. But probably the plan of Carlsen was to take the knight, but now there's very nice move here for white. Not recapturing the rook, but just a6. And let's say if rook to c4, a7, rook takes b4, king a3, rook b1, king a2. And yes, and we promote. But if here in this position after a6 king goes to c7, we just take a rook. King b8, king b3, and this position is a draw. But actually after this move, Lupulescu blundered, and he went to king to b3, king c7, knight e6 check, king goes to the right side, so guarding the promotion square, knight f8, rook g1, we take at least one pawn, f5 was played here, g4, rook g3, knight goes here, trying to guard all of these pawns, but after fe4 we cannot take, so we have to capture with the knight, rook f3 check, king goes to c4, a rook takes another pawn on h3, knight c5, king goes to c7, and after a6, rook h1, and after this position, actually Lupulescu resigned because there's no defense and no counterplay for white. So yeah, very nice game by both of the players, very exciting one. And today, after day 3, we finished the rapid portion of Grand Chess Tour. And on Saturday and Sunday, there'll be Blitz, I think 18 round of Blitz. So still very exciting chess event in Croatia. Guys, thanks for watching. As always, please like, share and subscribe. And I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye.